change business logic in business method on temporary basis and should revert back to original logics if needed and when needed. Are you understanding? This is my requirement, guys. It's something like this. Original business method in business logic is calculating compound interest, guys. The central government said that pandemic is going on. This 1 year, no compound interest, simple interest. No compound interest, simple interest. This 1 year over, again they should start charging compound interest. So now tell me, this logic is required forever or temporary basis? On temporary basis. Understanding? That's the one thing. Bank loan interest is 1 rupee. That's the standard price. But loan mela is conducted for next 3 months. Whoever takes the loan for them, 50 NP interest. After 3 months over, again it should change back to what? Once 3 months over, once again it should be changed back to what? 1 rupee interest. Understanding my statement? Yes. Like similarly, Flipkart offers, Amazon offers. When sale is there, different prices. When sale is not there, standard prices. When sale is there, different prices. When sale is not there, standard prices. Am I audible, guys? Check your side, check network bandwidth. This is my requirement. So what is the example? Business method calculates interest. From my side, voice is there, guys. Check your network bandwidth, boss. See here, it is showing 100%. Okay, business method calculates interest as compound interest. As compound interest. Okay, but on temporary basis, it should calculate same interest as simple interest. Understanding my point? Interest. Okay. This is the requirement, boss. See how we can do that. It's a way. How you can do. Forget about method replacer, method injection. Without having method replacer, method injection, how we can do it. Okay. Option number 1. Directly modify the source code. Directly modify the source code. Yes. Now listen. Modifying source code in production environment. Production means when project is in live. Project is in live. Project is in live means already client has taken the project and people are using the project. Serious notely. So project live means original actual business activities are happening project in the project. Modifying source code in production environment, nothing but when project is in live. Is in live mode. Okay, when project is in what? Live mode. Modifying source code in production environment is not possible every time. Sometimes we don't give source code to clients, guys. We give only .class files. So that time without modifying source code is possible, guys. Okay, is not possible. Is not possible every time. Yes, guys. Option number 2. Develop subclass for subclass for the class where business method is there. Class where business method is there and override the business method with the new logic. Yeah, this option will work now, boss. With the new logic. With the new logic. Are you understanding my statement? Okay. Listen, guys. Going to new logic on temporary basis. Okay. Looks good here. But reverting back to original logics. When we don't have access to source code, when you don't have access to source code, becomes impossible. Come on, guys. Modifying source code in production environment is not possible every time, especially if source code is not released to production. Source code is not released to client. Yes, I think these are the two regular practices, guys. In both regular practices, we are having some limitations or not. First one is directly modifying source code. Alright, to the production environment, client has not get the source code. Then what you modify? Second one, no problem, guys. Develop subclass override method in the method, write a new logic. That is good to go to new logic from original logics. But that is really bad to execute old logic when reverting back to old logic. Again, problem is there. So to overcome both the problems, to overcome all the limitations, go for Spring method replacer or method injection concept. Method replacer, method injection concept. Okay. This feature must be used only in XML driven configurations. Only in XML driven configurations. XML driven configuration. Because no annotation is given for it. So that means in all approaches, we need to link Spring Bean configuration file in order to work with this approach. And in 100% code also, if needed, we can link XML file. In XML plus annotation also, we can have XML file. So if you want to enjoy this feature, you should have a XML file in order to use this feature. In order to use, even Spring Profile also does not support it. Spring Profile for a different purpose. Yes. As of now, this feature is working only in XML driven environment. No annotations are given to work with this feature. Spring Profile is a different process. Spring Profile is to change dependency dynamically. This is different concept. Okay. Understanding my statement, guys? Okay, boss. Yes. Spring Boot also we can link XML. Surya Kumar, off mindset fellow. In Spring Boot also we can link XML. 100% code also we can link XML. Understanding? Spring Boot is not against of linking XML. Generally, in 100% code Spring Boot, we try to eliminate or minimize XML utilization. It does not mean we cannot work with XML. Other day I introduced in a boss @import resource annotation. Introduced a nada. Every day fresh day means I am helpless. @import resource. Yes, to work with alias tag I have introduced it, right? In this approach, okay, we need to develop new class implementing. We need to take new class implementing method replacer interface, which is a Spring specific, boss. We need to take new class implementing method replacer interface. Method replacer. Yes, guys, method replacer. See, IOC manage the method injection form of dependency injection. Dependency injection. Method replacer interface. And should provide new logics for business method. by implementing, come on. Okay, guys. Business method by implementing re-implement method, guys. What method? Re-implement method. Yeah, this is the re-implement method. What is the signature of re-implement method? Yes, guys, re-implement method signature is this. Okay, re-implement method, boss. Yes, here is my public. Yes, method array, reflection API method, object array, aux, throw. Yes, this is signature. This is definitely signature. Come on, guys. Tell me. This will give access to original class object, original Spring Bean class object. This will give access to original target method, guys. Original method. This will give access to original method arguments. And by using these things, we can write the new logic. Gives access to original bean class object. Why, sir? Who knows? While modifying this logic, I may need to call other methods of the bean class. We cannot say now, boss. My original Spring Bean is having 5 business methods. While writing new logic for one business method on temporary basis, I may need to call other business method of the target class. Useful to call other business methods. Other business method while writing new logic for certain method. While writing new logic for certain method. What is next? Method. What is next, guys? Method. Gives access to business method. Gives access to business method for which we want to write new logics. For which we are writing new logics. Okay. Object array ARGS. Object array ARGS. Gives access to what is that? Business method arguments for which we are writing new logics. For which we are writing new logic. Gives access to original bean class object. Useful to call other business method while writing logic. While writing logic for certain method. While writing new logic for certain method. Gives access to business method for which we are writing new logics. Okay. Gives access to business method argument for which we are writing new logic. Fine, boss. So these are the three things, boss. This is the signature that we have to worry about. Okay. So now let's go for application development, boss. New Maven project. Say next. Maven hyphen archetype hyphen quick start. Maven hyphen archetype hyphen quick start. IOC pros. Okay. IOC pros. What is that number, guys? 31. IOC pros 31. Tell me. IOC pros 31 method replacer. com.nt.test. com.nt.test. IOC pros 31. Yes, method replacer, also called method injection, boss. Yes, open pom.xml. Acha, why to waste time? Wait. Take this pom.xml, guys. Copy this pom.xml. Say paste. Go for Maven update. Update project. Okay. Yes. Let's take the business. Package com.nt.beans. Or service class also you can take. Next, package com.nt.cfgs. New package replacer. com.nt.replacer. Yes, boss. New class bank. New class bank, boss. I have taken class as the bank. Here, public double calculate interest amount. Calculate interest amount. Double PAMT, double rate, double time. Okay, boss. Double PAMT, double time, this one. First, here I should have a formula of compound interest amount. Anyone remembered compound interest amount formula, guys? Compound interest formula. Compound interest formula. Is it right? P into 1 plus R by N NT. Am I right? I think it is not right, it seems. Compound interest formula, guys. P into 1 plus R by N NT. Okay, we will see. Return PAMT into PAMT into what is next? 1 plus math.pow. Array math.pow is there to go for to the power na boss. 1 plus 1 plus r by 100. Actually r by 100 to the power of time. To the power of time, and here I have to write the rate. Okay, this is PAMT. Okay, principal amount. This will give including principal amount, guys. That's why I'll say minus PAMT. On whole, whatever amount comes minus PAMT. Come on, guys. Trace. Compound interest amount, guys. I think you studied in the childhood. Compound interest amount. Now go to Spring Bean configuration file as usually. Here is my Spring Bean configuration file, guys. What is that? Application context.xml. Application context.xml. Sham, that is not Yanra Babu, that is 100 only. Why? If you are revising amount for 1 year, if you are revising amount for 1 year, it should be 100 only. Okay, Bean ID bank. Class is equal to bank. Done. Bean ID bank, class is equal to bank. Right. Now, I want to write new logic. I want to write new logic. Class. New logic in replacer, guys. Now tell me, boss. Tell me, guys. No, not bank replacer. So generally, we have to develop this replacer on one per each method, boss. It's recommended to develop on one per each method. One per each method. That's a suggested. Though we can develop one replacer for 2-3 methods, but that's not a suggested one. It is recommended to develop a method replacer on one per each method. Okay. Bank calculate interest amount replacer. Bank calculate interest amount replacer. Interface what it has to implement. Yeah, it is a Spring specific feature, boss. It won't work outside the Spring. This feature will not work outside the Spring. It is an invasive feature. Method replacer. This feature you can enjoy as long as project is there in Spring. Because we are implementing Spring specific interface here. See, we are getting access to all 3 things, guys. So generally that is called target. Target means original one. Method, ARGS. Okay, cool. Trace, that's a fixed method. It's a fixed method. Yes, boss. Now listen. Double PAMT is equal to tell me. Double of ARGS 0. Double of ARGS 0. Cool, boss. Double second argument is what in the bank one? Rate, then time. Double rate ARGS 1. Double time ARGS 2. Now calculate simple interest. Simple interest amount. This is very easy to do, boss. Return PAMT into rate into time by 100. PTR by 100 na, boss. By 100 over. This is what done. Go to application context.xml. Bean ID. Bean ID. Tell me. I will take interest replacer as the bean ID. As the bean ID. Come on. Bank calculate interest replacer. That's it. Bank calculate interest replacer. But how does it knows this replacer should be used by so and so method of bank class? So for that purpose, we should have a new tag, replaced hyphen method. What is that? Replaced hyphen method. Okay. Here, what is the method? Name of the method. Which method you want to replace? Bank may have multiple business methods. Calc interest amount. Which signature? They may be overloaded form also. Overloaded form also, right? Archetype float or not float, it seems. Double A. Okay. The method that is having 3 arguments, the two of what? 3 double type arguments. Array, that method may be overloaded method. So which parameters that method is having? Compulsory you should mention archetypes also. Nothing but parameter types you have to mention, guys. Now tell me, that's fine, but you want to replace this logic with which replacer? Replacer is equal to interest replacer. Whenever this method is called, don't execute original logic. Go to this replacer. Inside that re-implement method is there. There some new logics are there. Execute it. That's the meaning of that. Whenever bank class, this method is called by client, original logic will not execute. Rather, it will take replacer, go to replacer, execute re-implement methods applied new logics. Sir, I want to revert back to original logic. 1 year season is over. Again, I want to charge compound interest amount. Comment this tag without touching the source code. Comment replaced hyphen method tag without touching source code. It will revert back to original logic. No, again I want to modify. Enable this tag. It will execute new logic. Again comment this tag. It will revert back to original logic. Am I touching the source code? Basic problem is solid or not solid. That's why method replacer is very standard here. That's why method replacer is very much standard here. Getting my point, guys? Okay. Original method replacer test. Main method here, boss. Method replacer test main method. Create IOC container. Create IOC container. Class path XML application context. CTX is equal to new class path XML application context of com/nt/cfz/ application context.xml. Get bean class object. Get been, yeah. Why we need replacer? We can go for if else condition. Okay. Dirty fellow Arun Kumar, are you there in the class from the 7 a.m.? Are you there in the class from 7 a.m.? First answer. First you answer my question, then I will answer your question. Did you join session from 7 a.m.? Not joined. Okay. If you don't join, who will study this option 1 and option 2? Worst fellow. Hey, don't tell power cut, battery not there. If power cut login from mobile, na, people are ready for LKZ reasons. In mobile also power cut, huh? In mobile also power cut, huh? Stop telling this kind of stupid reasons. Try to become some matured. You are learning Spring Boot kind of big course. Power cut to mobile data not there. You will tell these reasons to interviewer. You are telling to me fine. Can you tell same reasons to interviewer? Or can you tell same reasons in the company after joining to your manager? Show some maturity, worst fellows. Okay. What is option number 1? What is option number 1? Option number 2. You, Arun Kumar, you study option number 1, option number 2, you will get the reason why we cannot write else block. Because I need that change at run in production dynamically. In production dynamically. Okay. Fine. Bank is equal to CTX dot get bank. Cannot get up and attend class properly and uses brain unnecessarily. Bank is equal to CTX dot get bank. This one, bank dot class. Here also what happens, you know, mixing of logics. Okay, guys. Mixing of logics will not happen. Will happen. Sir, who calls re-implement method? How that re-implement method is called? Array, internally one in-memory subclass is generated for bank class. So there, this business method is overridden. Inside that, re-implement method is called. So that's why, though you are calling a business method, internally it is executing new logics that are there in the re-implement method. That means entire magic is happening in what? In-memory subclass, in-memory proxy class generated by IOC container as the subclass of the target class. Invoke method. Invoke method. Tell me, guys. Interest amount. Interest amount. Bank dot calculate interest amount. 1 lakh rupee I am taking. Rate of interest is 2. Time of interest is 12 months. Time of interest is 12 months. Close container. CTX dot close. Application context dot XML. What dot XML, guys? Application context dot XML. Okay, it is in not year format, it is in months format. I said R by 100, right? Did you study mathematics in the childhood or not, boss? 2400. Re-implement method is executed 2400. Now you calculate exactly this one. 2 rupees interest means for 1 lakh for 1 year, 24,000. Yes, not 2400, 24,000. Perfect output came or not? See, now it is not executing original method logic, re-implement method logic. So this is simple interest amount, boss. Right. Now I comment this. No, I want to revert back to original logics. Method replacer test. Yes. 26824. This is compound interest amount. Compound interest is always bigger than simple interest, guys. Working or not working? Am I touching the source code? I am. This time what is executed, that is also remembered. Original business method is executed, not re-implement method. Okay. One more thing you observe. Sysout bank.get class. Bank.get class.get super class. Get class.get super class. Yes, right now re-implement method is commented here. Commented here, right? Since commented here, what is the story? Since commented here, so target class, what is that? Object is bank, super class is object. So no, I didn't comment, boss. I enable it. I didn't comment, I enable it. When I enable it, you observe method replacer test. Array in memory proxy class as the subclass of target class. Kema not Kema. In memory proxy class as the subclass of this one. By seeing which tag all this story happened. By seeing replaced hyphen method tag, entire story happened. Yesterday in proxy class is generated, in memory proxy class is generated by seeing lookup hyphen method tag. Today it is generated by seeing replaced hyphen method tag. I think you enjoyed my point, guys. Interesting. Method replacer is interesting or not? Okay, boss. Note. For every business method, every business method of target class, we can configure method replacer. We can configure method replacer by using replaced hyphen method tag. Replaced hyphen method tag as shown below. Okay, as shown below. Fine, boss. Come to bank.java. Come to bank.java. This is technically called target class. And that method is called target method. Okay, boss. Next, application context.xml. Okay, I think first better to write. Fine, no problem. Application context.xml, guys. Okay. What's the next one? Replacer, guys. Replacer. Replacer.java, boss. replacer.java. Replacer.java. Yes, the most important section is this. People are missing one important session today, boss. Why strength is less? Sunday effect, huh? Super. Method replacer test.java. Copy these guys. Okay. Some people said that they missed yesterday's class, guys. Okay, I'm going to give a recorded video of that session in the group. Collect it. Some people said that we logged into old meeting ID. We don't know about, sorry, we logged into new meeting ID and all this stuff. Okay. So I just recorded, I got recorded session from admin. I'm going to share with you people. In the group I will paste, you collect it. Okay. It's recommended to write logic for every method injection for every method. Rajesh Magar, why you write for every method, guys? You will write only for those method. You will write only for those methods. Come on, guys. Where there is a need of modifying to new logic, reverting back to original logic on temporary basis. On temporary basis. You won't write for every method. Why you write? You are not a mental guy enough to do that. Logic is not changing forever. Why do you write? And there is no need of reverting back to original logic. Why do you write? We write only when need is there, right? Okay. Guys, give me 2 minutes. Guys, everyone, please come back. Okay, guys. Now listen. We run method, guys, as usually. IOC container creation, boss. As usually, I am not writing those names also. Next, in-memory metadata creation, boss. Come on. After that, pre-instantiation of singleton scope beans. 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 Okay. Yeah, this is singleton scope beans, guys. See, guys, this will happen perfectly. This on this bean pre-instantiation happens, boss. Okay, when it comes to this bean, it notices replaced hyphen method tag to notices replaced hyphen method tag, guys. Are you observing? Are you understanding? Okay. 5 question mark. 5 question mark. Since replaced hyphen method tag is noticed, the pre-instantiation on target class. Target class is nothing but bank. Will not happen. Will not happen. Rather, in-memory proxy class generation takes place. Are you understanding my point? Okay, in-memory proxy class. Gautam Reddy, if needed in production environment as part of maintenance, you can write replacer. Come on, guys. What's happening? Attend class from 7 a.m. onward, then you won't get this kind of silly doubts. You will join 7:30, 7:40 and you will dance in the classroom. Change, guys. Change, guys. One day I can scold, 2 days I can scold. Yesterday I feel bad for my scoldings also. But manufacturing defect, we don't change. Yes, I'm happy you have given privilege to scold you people. But I'm feeling shame to scold every day. What's the problem to join at 7 o'clock and to be in the classroom? No. Okay, will not happen. Rather, in-memory proxy class generation takes place. In-memory proxy class generation takes place. That is 5, guys. Oh, I have not given proxy class. Huh? Now let me give proxy class now. Proxy class, in-memory proxy class. In-memory proxy class. Yes, boss. Tell me. Public class bank CZ lib bank CZ lib $$ proxy some numbers extends bank implements aware inject application context aware implements application context aware. Yes, private application context CTX. Okay, public wide set application context. Yes, knowing internals is added advantage. If you don't know internals also, you will get job, you will survive in the company. Getting my point. But internals I am giving for knowledge sake. Internals I am giving to make you to understand code in a better manner. Okay. Some people say, should I really learn internals? Okay. Yogira Jaiswal, method replacer is implemented by replacer class in proxy class. Dirty fellow, this guy also joined lately. Joined lately and dancing here and there, throwing stones in the air. Why it will why proxy class implement replacer ra babu? Replacer is implemented by me. Okay. Public double calculate interest amount. Double PAMT, double rate, double time. Okay, double time. Can you set right your internets, guys? Can you set right your internet problems, network issues? Because tomorrow onwards, I will try to log the meeting by 7:15. At least 7:10, I will try to log the meeting. That is the only solution to make you people active in the classroom, boss. Otherwise, you will join 7:30, 7:45, and you will waste my time and you will irritate me and you will irritate other students also. Can I do that work? Public double, calculate interest amount, double PAMT, double rate, double time. Once I log the meeting, if you go out, forever you gone out. And you cannot join also. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. Set right your internets. Okay, I'm giving 1 week time. Set right your net connections. Set right your net connection. After 1 week, I will try to log the meeting by 7:10. Okay. Yes, parallelly login in the mobile. When you have parallelly login in mobile, when you get power issue, other issues, you can listen class in power. You can listen class in the mobiles. Right. Fine. Set right your network. So calculate interest amount, double PAMT, double rate. Okay. Rate time. Now here real logic happens, guys. Everyone focus. Come back, come back. Okay. Collects bean ID of replacer, bean ID of replacer class from replacer attribute of replaced hyphen method tag. Replaced hyphen method tag. Replaced hyphen method tag. Super, guys. What it will get, guys? What it will get? Interest replacer. Okay. Using some XML APIs gets this one, guys. Yes, boss. Gets this one. Now listen carefully. Okay. Get a replacer class object from IOC container. Gets a replacer class object from IOC container. What is the class name, my dear? Bank interest replacer. Array intelligently in the original method that is overridden replacer. Replacer. Replacer is equal to ctx.getBean. What is that? Interest replacer, comma, same class name. Same class name dot class. Same class name dot class. Okay, boss. I got replacer object. Cool. Get target class object. bank. Why should I keep target class object ready? Array simple reason ra babu. Okay. Target. Array have to call re-implement method means 3 arguments are required or not. Okay. ctx dot get bean bank dot class this one boss. Done. Next. Get target method object. Target method related java dot lang dot reflect dot method class object. Yes. Method is equal to method is equal to come on ct target dot get class dot get declared methods get declared methods of tell me calc interest amount from all this from lot of methods it is passing method name and getting method class object representing this method. Okay, collects this from name attribute of replaced hyphen method tag. Name attribute of replaced hyphen method tag. Cool now, guys. Come on. Next, prepare arguments. Prepare args having parameters. Having param values. Object args array is equal to new object array of right now parameters are straight away there. Rate time. Come on, guys. Invoke re-implement method. Invoke re-implement method. Invoke re-implement method on replacer object. Object return val is equal to array some name, guys. Object return val is equal to because return type of re-implement method is object boss. You know that. Okay, replacer dot re-implement. This is very important point of the code, guys. Re-implement. What it expects target. Yes, we are ready. What it expects method class object ready. What it expect object array ready. Super boss. So at the end, return ret val. Return ret val. End of the method. End of the class. End of the method, end of the class. This is how the proxy class generation takes place, guys. Number 5, number 6, proxy class generation. In memory proxy class generation. That is number 6. Next, proxy class object creation. Array, today most of the points looks old points. Only the overridden method is different. Tell me next one. Proxy class object creation and aware injection. Now it keeps everything in what? Internal cache, boss. This is internal cache of IOC container. Yes, boss. IOC container. Yes. interest replacer. What replacer, guys? Interest replacer. Here, real replacer class object only. Real replacer class object only. Object reference only. Next, guys, bean ID bank boss bank, but proxy class object reference. What you will get, proxy class object reference. Nothing but proxy class object reference. Yes, guys. What is this? Internal cache of IOC container. Internal cache of IOC container. Tell me, after aware injection, all these objects will be placed where? Internal cache of IOC container. Okay, what is the next number, guys? Anyone remember number? Anyone remember number? Be active, mans. Number 6. Not number 6. 6 is also there. 6, 7, 8. Keeping all singleton, all objects in the internal cache of IOC container. Yes. With this line is over. When this line is executed, these many things happens, boss. Number 9, calling ctx.getBean. It goes to internal cache and search. Is there any object having bean ID bank? Yes, we have proxy object reference. That will come back. Right now, this bank reference is seeing what? Bank reference is seeing what? Come on, guys. This 11. Okay, proxy object reference. Okay, that is for our reference. 12, invocation of business method. Control goes to proxy class overridden method. Proxy class overridden method. 13. Proxy class overridden method. Super, boss. Slowly it internally calls re-implement method. What is that? 14. After arranging all the things, guys, I'm not highlighting them as our steps. Okay, replacer re-implement method is called. Replacer re-implement method. So it goes to re-implement method. 15. Executes the new logics and returns new logic related output. Next, that output comes to this place. 17. And overridden method of proxy class is returning that output. 18. And this output goes to client application. This output goes to client application. Here business method is called, here this 19. Come on, guys. Since already we have enjoyed this kind of stuff, today great things happened. Same as yesterday, similar to yesterday's one or not? Come on. So how it is mixing up the logics? In proxy class, overriding original method. Overriding original method for which you have configured replacer, for which we configured replacer, and internally calling re-implement method. Anyhow, re-implement is having new logic, that's why happening. So I repeat the flow one more time, concentrate. Main method, IOC container creation. Okay, in-memory metadata creation. Pre-instantiation of singleton scope bin. On this it will perform. While performing this on bank class, it realizes, oh, replace hyphen method is there. The moment it is having replaced hyphen method, It generates a proxy class. Internally, proxy class object creation, aware injection on it. Now it keeps all objects in internal cache. At the end, singleton scope only, na? Okay. Having bank bean ID, proxy object, replacer as usually there. Now, we call ctx.getBean method having bank bean ID, but it will go to internal cache, gives me proxy object. On the proxy object business method, first it looks in what proxy class is there. After arranging all components, it calls a replacer, re-implement method of replacer, so that it goes to re-implement method of replacer, new logic executes. That returns the output. That output comes to proxy class method invocation. That returns output and that will go to client application. Easy na boss? Come on. Interesting or not? Everyone thinks that re-implement executes by a container internally. But now what container is doing, we are able to feel it or not? What container is doing, we are able to feel it or not? Come on. Yes. Okay. Points to remember. Points to remember. Okay. Okay. Points to remember. I don't know from which dunya these people comes, guys. How many times I have explained flow, boss? 2 times. Again, this guy says, again explain the flow. Should we want to go to new topics or should I stay in the same topic for 10 days? Dharmendra Kumar, shame on you, a worst fellow. 2 times I have explained the flow. I have given numbers. What is this, guys? Now you will come up with a silly reason. Mobile not working, power not there. Set right, set right. Can I say same reasons? Or are you ready to tell the same reasons to TLs or interviewers? Points to remember. Okay, guys. Though we can take, I know that is bit different. That's why I have explained twice. After twice also again people says one more time. I don't know where is your brains, guys. Though we can write multiple though we can write logics for new logics for okay new logics for multiple methods in single replacer class but it is recommended to take separate replacer class for each business method. For each needed business method. How you can write multiple new logic for multiple method in single replacer? Very simple, guys. Go to replacer. Method dot get name dot equals X method, right? X method logic. Else if method dot get name dot equals Y method, right? Y method logic. That means in single re-implement, you can write new logics for multiple methods or not. That is not recommended, boss. That is right. Okay. Next one. As of now, no annotation is given. I don't think in future also they will give, boss. Why? Or if they give annotation, again Java code. And touching Java code is not good, na? We are enjoying method replacer because everything we can modify through XML file, right? As of now, no annotation is given. Alternate for replaced hyphen method tag. So in annotation driven configurations, 100% code driven configurations, and in Spring Boot configurations, take the support of Spring Bean configuration file, using @import resource. Okay, @import resource, not in annotations. Annotation directly XML is there, guys. @import resource, import resource. Okay, to place target class configuration using bean tag and replaced hyphen method tag. So in 100% code also XML will be there. Target class will be configured using bean tag and replaced hyphen method tags. In Spring Boot also XML will be there. Target class configured with bean tag and replaced hyphen method tag. So that what happens, guys, we can still enjoy method replacer in those approaches or not. Okay, guys. Next. Okay. We cannot take target class as final class. Target class as final class and target methods as final methods. What methods, guys? Final methods while working with method replacer. Why, sir, boss? Can we have a subclasses for target classes, boss? Can we have a subclasses for final class? So I have taken it as a final class. Yes, method replacer dot Java. Sorry. Method replacer test dot Java. Exception. Cannot subclass final class. That's the one problem. Yes, bit compromise in strategy design pattern if you want to enjoy. Method replacer concept. Method replacer test. See, though replaced hyphen method tag is on, though it is on, I am getting compound interest. That means what? In the proxy class, final method is not overridden. Can we override final methods in subclasses? Guys? So that is the one limitation we are having. If you want to enjoy, you have to bear this limitation, boss. Okay. XML plus annotation you convert, but I will directly convert into 100% code, guys. Are you enjoying my internals? Are feeling heavy? Feeling heavier, don't study internal, study concept. But if you study internals, you can play with the subject. 100% code. Okay. Sir Srikanth, that is in memory class, Ra Babu. Can you see object? Mr. Srikanth, can you see object? Can you see heap memory? Can you see JVM memory? Okay, Srikanth is asking me, is there any possibility of seeing that source code? No possibility of seeing source code because it is a runtime generated one. Can you see object? Can you see JVM memory? Can you see heap? Can you see stack? No, they are all part of JVMs. We cannot, but we can visualize through reflection API. Already I made you people to visualize by using reflection API, right? Okay. Right. Lookup method injection, method replacer are generating proxy class based on proxy design pattern. That too by using what? CZlib libraries. I need not to arrange those libraries. Already there. They are already there in the Spring libraries itself. Bank.java, guys. Actually, it is a target class. I have to configure with annotation, but I don't want to configure. Why? If I configure with annotation, there is no alternate for replace -tag. That's why, though it is 100% code approach, I am not touching with what? Annotation. But I go to replacer. Replacer I configure with annotation because no problem for it. At the rate component, guys. What is that? Interest replacer. At the rate component interest replacer. CFZ I am keeping as it is, but inside CFZ I am removing this. I'll go to context namespace. I'll go to context namespace. Come here. Component scan com.nt. Actually, only replacer I want to recognize. Only replacer I want to recognize. Okay, still I configured using XML, target class I configured so that I can place this one. Super boss. Next, now I have to take package com.nt.config. Com.nt.config. Come on. Here is my app config class. All are user defined classes, guys. So no @bean methods. Right, boss. Tell me. Configuration, boss. @component scan. @component scan. Okay. Base packages. Okay. com.nt. Yeah, small correction. I need not to write here. Why? Already I am writing in app config class now, boss. Okay. Now tell me here. @import resource com/nt/cfz/ application context.xml. Application context.xml. Method replacer test. Here what container, guys? Annotation config. Annotation config application context. Annotation config application context of app config.class. App config.class, guys. Semicolon. Tell me, guys, difficult? Difficult? Easy? At least now you understood real importance of @resource, @import resource, guys. Compound interest amount is coming. Why? Because of previous mistake of copy paste. What is previous mistake I have done? Final method. Now, right now, replace -method tag is on, guys. Simple interest is coming. Simple interest is coming. Now I comment, boss. Okay. Method -replacer. Compound interest is coming. Easy, boss. Life is easy. Concept is there. You can do any conversion. At least I can say still XML is required in one or other place. So don't neglect XML. You should know how to utilize XML in 100% code and Spring Boot if needed. If needed. Otherwise, you should think about minimizing, boss. Method replacer example. Example in 100% code driven configuration. In 100% code driven configuration. I don't give everything, boss. I'll give only two things. One is application context.xml. Other one is app config.java. Because I feel you are matured enough to understand remaining things. Application context.xml, guys. Paste it. Tell me, I have given perfect Spring Basics. Did I compromise anything in the Spring Basics, boss? Okay, you can definitely clear. Okay, guys. Yes, suppose with this Spring Basics are completed, boss. We learned all 5 more. Yes. Collection injection is part of XML, now not required. Part of XML, now not required. Collection injection, all these are old concepts. Not required, guys. Fine. Here is app config.java. So that's why I named it as Spring Basics. It is not entire Spring Core module, but I can say 70 to 80% of Spring Core module is covered, which is required for Spring Boot, which is required for interview purpose. That wanted like covered all the 3 approaches so that you will be very much ready for Spring Boot and you will be very much ready for interview process also. Fine. So thank you. Tomorrow onwards, new meeting ID. Tomorrow onwards, new meeting ID. Forget about old meeting ID. Forget about old meeting IDs. Tomorrow onwards, new meeting ID, boss. Everyone listen carefully because again, I don't want to see statement. There are some 30 people, 40 people we waited in the old meeting ID. Okay, if you say tomorrow, I will consider as a deaf fellow. Okay, new meeting ID means the meeting ID using which you are attending Spring Boot demo classes. Okay, Spring Boot demo classes. Right, boss. Today, no other classes, only this class, boss. If any tool is there, I'll inform on Thursday, Friday. No need of asking. No need of asking. If any tool is there, I will give meeting ID on Thursday, Friday itself. There is no need of verifying, cross verifying every Sunday. Yes, today 11 o'clock advanced Java class is there. Yes, there 11 o'clock advanced Java class is there. Fine. Thank you, guys. I hope you are fully benefited with Spring Basics. Spring Basics. Try to give 1-2 mock interviews on Spring Basics saying that I'm a fresher. Because for fresher, they won't ask more than Spring Basics. Then you realize how much subject you learned here. Okay, na? Right. 11 o'clock JSP class is there. Akshay boy, I cannot say Augusta, September. Okay, Spring Boot, I have a plan of conducting 60 plus sessions. And after that, microservices, I want to conduct 30 to 40 sessions. Okay. So miscellaneous topics, 10 days. So still we need 110 to 120 days. Okay. Dharmendra Kumar. Dharmendra Kumar, those who belongs to this batch from the beginning, once Spring Boot demo classes are over, they will give the permanent meeting ID to you people. You need not to do anything. You need not to do anything. Got it now? For newcomers, yes, after verification, again they will give the meeting ID. Like this, one more entry will be there when I start microservices. Thank you guys. Have a nice time. Okay. Yes, Spring Boot demo video link. Sanjay Jadhav from group, you can collect the new meeting ID. New meeting ID. Onkar, you have to use STS plugin to get the list of namespaces. Next tool I'm planning to take Log4j. Vasu be very simple interest amount calculated. Dirty fellow jump into the drainage. Re-implement method is doing what, Ra? Dirty fellow. This Vasu be joined, I think, 5 minutes back to the classroom, it seems. Vasu be today, instead of breakfast, go to outside home, collect some mud from drain and eat it. See, this is the re-implement method. Their simple interest amount is there. How sincerely is asking. Where simple interest amount is calculated. You saw na, because you joined lately na, 8 o'clock you joined. Then what you see? Nothing you will see. Because I developed in front of you people, I explained in front of you people. If you are there, you will see. If you join by 8 o'clock, you will see only compound, you will see only 1-2 lines. Dirty fellow, shameless fellow. Thank you guys. We'll meet tomorrow with a new meeting ID.